Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm very happy to be here because I finally made the time to actually do this video for you and for myself, because when I talk to you I hope that is affecting you, but it's also releasing a lot from me. So thank you for following my steps with me. I am here to talk about accepting emotional crumbs today because it was brought to my attention by a lot of the people that I listen to and by a lot of the reading that I do. That term, emotional crumbs. What are those? Emotional crumbs are when, like a little dog that's, around your table and is just, very, very happy and very content with being fed merely the crumbs that fall out of the table. Yes. So, yes, sometimes we're emotional dogs, and I love dogs, so this is not to say anything bad about them, but they're happy with very little. And us, as women or men or human beings, we deserve a lot more than crumbs. And being given crumbs means when you're happy with the bare minimal that somebody is delivering to you, let it be in a relationship, a meeting, in a business setting, or it's mainly it's mainly on the personal side, but definitely could apply to any other areas of your life, especially in the relationships with our husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, situationships. When you're in a place where you're accepting the emotional crumbs of somebody else, when they're not investing a full meal on you, please understand what I'm saying. If they're merely letting you touch the crumbs of what they're eating, of their personal lives, you're in the wrong place. And I was in the wrong place for many, many, many years, so I know exactly where I'm coming from when I tell you this. You deserve a lot more than crumbs from somebody else, and that is anybody. And if you're married to the person that's giving you emotional crumbs, please don't go, divorcing, saying, oh, Larissa told me it was okay to be divorced. No, that's not the case. I'm telling you, you have to change the positioning, and you have to understand, one, what are the emotional crumbs you're accepting? Where are they coming from? Where's this person coming from thinking that it's okay and enough to merely give you their crumbs? And you have to understand how to change that situation. So please understand this. If you're letting somebody feed you with emotional crumbs, that's what they're used to. It's not going to change from day to night. And certainly your behavior is not going to change from day to night. Because understanding initially that you're being fed emotional crumbs in the first place, it's really tough. Looking in the mirror and being like, hey, you're a beautiful girl, you're a beautiful person, but you've been accepting emotional crumbs. It's tough. It hurts a lot because deep inside you deserve more. But yet you're settling for much, much less. It took me years to find that out. So please, if you're being fed, if you're accepting emotional crumbs from somebody else, don't let that be the case. Another aspect of accepting emotional crumbs is for the single girls, which now I am, thank goodness. But what I'm trying to tell you, when you're alone and you're not happy with being alone, you settle for emotional crumbs. Meaning, if you're not content and fully aware of what it means to be not alone, but with yourself, making company to yourself, you will fall for emotional crumbs because you have this emptiness, this void that needs to be filled with something. And many, many times you will fall for the emotional crumbs of somebody else. Please count how many times I'm saying emotional crumbs in this video, guys. Somebody. Anywho, if you're alone, if you're single, not alone, if you're single, and you don't have a true position on what it means to be with yourself and spending time with yourself and taking better care of yourself and tending to that wound of any past relationships that did happen, you will fall for emotional crumbs. And I have to be on the lookout for that because I have a very long streak of doing that. You know, I get out of a relationship in which maybe I've been happy, but because of that loneliness and that emptiness inside of me, I needed to find somebody else. I didn't know I needed to find somebody else. I just did. And I'm not talking about one night stands, and I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about meaningful, deep relationships that just completely went the wrong way because I didn't give myself the time to understand that I didn't want emotional crumbs from somebody else. So I settled for people who just simply would say, oh, you look pretty today. Or, you know, people who didn't share my values, people who had different life goals, and who eventually would just break my heart again. Willing or not, it was just not the right person because I didn't realize that I was being given much less than what I deserved, and that what I worked for, that what I put out the effort for. So please, girls, guys, people, if you're young, if you're older, if you're in any kind of relationship, in any kind of setting, please understand that emotional crumbs are never enough. The crumbs from somebody to you may be the banquet for somebody else, but if you, for your life, for your setting, is emotional crumbs, please do something to change it. Understand how valuable you are and how amazing you are and what you are bringing to the table. And if you are the person who's been feeding emotional crumbs for somebody else, there's a different message. Please understand that the person on the other side needs to shake themselves and needs to understand that they need more, that they want more, that they deserve more. So if you by any chance identify with the person giving away the crumbs, you know, change your attitude as well. But please, if you love the other person, understand that they need more from you and that they need a different positioning. Because people who have, and that's so true, you know, people who have been accepting and used to, people who have been used to emotional crumbs for so long, they don't know how to receive a whole banquet if they don't prepare themselves for it. So that's a deep message. If you don't know, if you have been living off crumbs for so long, you don't know what to do when you have a full-on banquet in front of you. So you have to prepare yourselves for it. Anywho, that's my message. Thank you very much for sticking around. Thank you very much for all the likes, the subscribes, the comments. I really, really appreciate all of them. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day, a fantastic week. And I'm going to do my very best to get more videos out there because I do have a lot of content. I do keep a lot of notes. So bear with me, please. Thank you very, very much for your support and have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.